Okay, guys, how you doing? Coach Scott with Purple Wave Chemistry one more time. Unit 4. Now, this, if we're going to ask this on a test right now, this would be an extra credit type question. And let's play with this just a little bit. And, of course, I've got my trusty calculator here because I think I'm going to need it, right? Because I can't do this in my head. So we have a question here. We're looking at carbon and oxygen. And I've got some masses here. So I've got two compounds here, right? I got two compounds. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Let's go ahead and erase that real quick. All right, let's go back to drawing. Okay, so the first compound, okay, is 57.1 grams of oxygen, and 42.9 grams of oxygen. So we're going to find the ratio, the mass ratio of the oxygen to the carbon. And so let's see, 57.1 grams of O, 42.9 grams of carbon. Let's see what that's going to be. Divided by 42.9, I get 1.33. I'm going to go ahead and put it down here in this box. 1.33. All right. So what that means is that for every 1 gram of carbon, I've got 1.33 grams of oxygen. Since we determined that carbon and oxygen, these elements, these particles have a different mass. Let's look at the second one. All right, so the second one, B, I've got 72.7 grams of oxygen and 227.3 grams of carbon. And let's see, I calculate that and I got 2.66. 2.66. So what that means, for every 1 gram of carbon, the oxygen, around me R, weighs 2.66. So, what's the mass ratio compare? This is 2 times as much. But the key word here is this, in A. For every 1 gram of carbon, oxygen has a mass of 1.33, which means it'd be a little bigger. All right. So again, what's the improper fraction? That might help. 4/3 and 8/3. So if A was one big one and one small one, I'm going to go ahead and fill this one in. All right. That means that the oxygen is a little bit more massive. It's got more mass versus the carbon. Or that the oxygen is 1.33 grams more than 1 gram of carbon. Okay, it's bigger. So what would the second one be? Well, that tells me that I have one more oxygen than carbon. So I would call this CO, and I'd call this CO2. Make sense? If you can do that, you should be able to get some extra points on your test whenever we have it. All right. And we'll be playing with these numbers for a while as we go. Um, so, anyway, guys, this is Coach Scott saying Hullabaloo Connect, and we will see you very, very shortly. Have a good night.